Sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Monica Rick. The White House says President Biden just got off the phone with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to address deep concerns over a planned ground invasion in Rafah. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan.
Israel has not presented us or the world with a plan for how or where they would safely move those civilians, let alone feed and house them and ensure access to basic things like sanitation.
This comes as the UN warns of catastrophic hunger in the region. CBS's Robert Berger.
A UN report says food shortages in parts of Gaza have exceeded the level of famine, and mass death is imminent without an immediate ceasefire and surge of humanitarian aid.
Florida's governor's warning Haitians not to sneak into the U.S. now despite growing gang violence in Haiti. CBS's Manuel Bajorquez.
The U.S. policy is that most people who are stopped at sea would then be repatriated, and in fact, they repatriated a group of Haitians recently that were caught at sea. So we're not seeing an uptick yet. Part of the reason for that is people really can't get out. They're not able to enter the Dominican Republic, and the Cap Haitian airport and the Port-au-Prince airports, well, those have been shut down to very limited flights so far.
The U.S. chartered a flight to get dozens of Americans back home. Still no decision from the Supreme Court on a controversial immigration law in Texas. CBS's Omar Villafranca explains.
It would allow Texas sheriff and police departments to arrest, jail, and prosecute migrants for illegally entering the U.S. if they didn't come in through an official port of entry. The measure also gives state judges the power to order migrants back over the border to Mexico to avoid prosecution.
But some officials are afraid this could lead to racial profiling. The High Court also weighing whether the government coerced social media sites to take down posts it considered misleading. Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry.
We hope that the Supreme Court gets it right, that they see that the government does not have the ability to go in and to coerce and to threaten social platforms, to censor, to basically muzzle American speech.
A decision is expected by early summer. The head of United Airlines says the carrier is taking steps now to avoid more mishaps. CBS's Peter Greenberg.
For the month of March, United Airlines will have about 131,000 departures, and we're talking about 5 issues. It's a small fraction, and none of those were life-threatening. Still, the optics were that people might have been in danger, and he wanted to reassure the public.
Fabric and craft retailer Joann has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy as more consumers cut back on spending, but the company says it expects to get out of it as early as next month. This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cab News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. It's 61 degrees in San Pablo, California.